industry experts from powerhouse brands. Earned Summit, Building a Community by Tribe Dynamics.
You've been enjoying all the webinars so far. We're going to give it about 30 seconds for people to join. All right, that should just about do it. Welcome to Global Beauty and Fashion in Q1 2020. I'm Alex Rawitz, content lead for reporting at Tribe Dynamics.
And I'm Kat Kulke, senior content editor at Tribe Dynamics.
And today, Kat and I are going to walk you through some of the high-level trends we saw across global beauty and fashion in Q1 2020. Our goal is to provide you with earned media value-backed insights about what brands, products, and influencers stood out within the space over Q1. Now, we're going to be looking at everything in this presentation through the lens of earned media value, or EMV, which is Tribe Dynamics' proprietary metric for gauging the approximate value of consumer engagement with digital earned media. Each piece of content is assigned a unique value based on the engagement it garners from followers and consumers. This value is then attributed to the brands mentioned in this piece of content. You can think of EMV as a way of benchmarking the impact and viral reach of digital earned media within the broader consumer and influencer landscape. So with EMV in mind, we're going to take a look at what we saw on a content level throughout Q1 as influencers grappled with social distancing in March. We will note that this topic was explored in greater detail in our earlier webinar devoted to COVID-19's impact on the influencer space from the fantastic Christina and Taylor. We really hope you made that one. Now, as we talk, feel free to ask questions in the chat, and Kat and I will do our best to address all these questions at the end of our presentation.
Yeah, absolutely. And just as a note, we're going to be digging into some of the trends that we saw in Tribe Dynamics global data. So that covers content creation and engagement across all of our domestic and international panels. This data is actually newly available in our software. So if you are a global brand looking for a tool to track and benchmark your performance worldwide, that functionality is now available in our software. Additionally, if after this presentation, you just really can't get enough of our global trends, you can sign up for quarterly reporting in both beauty and fashion, where we'll cover some similar material of just the influencer marketing trends that are really moving the needle for beauty and fashion brands across the globe.
That's right. We're super excited about that data. We hope you check it out. So let's dive right into global beauty in Q1. What EMV driving trends did we see play out in content creation across multiple worldwide markets last quarter? Our first slide here shows the steady rise of an app that you might have heard a thing or two about recently. Influencers, like seemingly everyone else, were embracing TikTok throughout Q1. Mentions of the smash hit video sharing app were a fixture in influencers' Q1 content across multiple markets and brands, and the app's crossover appeal led to the emergence of new genres of makeup content on YouTube and Instagram, such as TikTok-style tutorials and TikTok made me buy it product roundups. Hashtag TikTok proved a high-earning tag for many top global beauty brands and drove the greatest EMV totals for Anastasia Beverly Hills, Urban Decay, and Benefit. Now, one brand with a notable proportion of TikTok-related content was ELF, which has been a real beauty pioneer on TikTok and has garnered attention and influencer praise for its catchy Eyes, Lip, Face challenge. 5 of ELF's top 11 EMV-generating posts in Q1 mentioned TikTok, really showing that synergy between beauty and TikTok. By the way, for more of our TikTok coverage and to see how often I can keep saying the word TikTok, a quick plug for our recent TikTok Made Me Buy It blog post, available at blog.tribedynamics.com, from resident TikTok expert Christina. That's a fantastic look at how products go viral on TikTok and which products are capturing influencers' attention right now. So our second slide offers just a sample of how influencers incorporated stay-at-home life into their Q1 content, and which brands saw notable hashtag returns for hashtag stay home and hashtag quarantine. So we see ColourPop with 694.4K EMV generated from stay home, and Fenty Beauty and NYX Professional Makeup with a respective 662.7K EMV and 618.5K EMV from #quarantine. Beyond hashtags, we saw unmistakable content patterns emerge in global beauty during social distancing. Bloggers shared an increased proportion of looks and tutorials, offering their audiences opportunities for bonding and distraction. With March becoming increasingly defined by tutorial creation, an individual influencer's organic brand affinity made a larger difference than ever this month, and product loyalty fueled more EMV than splashy initiatives, which fell by the wayside at the close of the quarter as brands began to move away from them. So our third slide highlights some of Q1's most popular products among the global beauty community. Now, the first product is Sailor Moon x ColourPop collection. This was a collaboration of sorts with the anime superheroine Sailor Moon and proved popular with influencers and consumers alike, quickly selling out on ColourPop's US website. The collection generated 15.0 million EMV in Q1 and displayed momentum following its February debut, garnering more EMV in March than it had in February during its launch. Next, we have the 35i Icy Artistry Fantasy Palette, a collaboration between Morphe and South Korean YouTube sensation Hyemin Pony Park, also known as Pony Syndrome, on YouTube. Now, the January launched palette was part of the brand's broader collaborative line with Pony, and it generated 14.7 million EMV for Morphe. However, momentum for the product did taper off somewhat throughout the quarter. Finally, we have Huda Beauty's Pastel Obsessions eyeshadow palette, which accrued 13.1 million EMV in Q1. That was a notably high total given that the product debuted in March at the end of the quarter. Many of the product's top ambassadors displayed consistent enthusiasm for the palette. So just one of the offering's top 30 overall earners didn't fail to feature it in multiple posts throughout the quarter. So that was a product that saw extreme product loyalty very quickly following its launch. Our fourth slide, the last in the global beauty segment of this webinar, details some notable brand activity from Q1. Fenty Beauty collected 0.6 million EMV in Q1, a 14% quarter-over-quarter growth. Now, the brand owed a portion of this success to the continued momentum of the hero product Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer, which generated 27.3 million EMV as Fenty Beauty's top Q1 offering. Now, the January launched full frontal volume lift and curl mascara accrued an additional 14.7 million EMV, an impressive total for a new product. Next, we have ELF, which netted 64.9 million EMV in Q1, a 15% quarter-over-quarter growth, and the brand benefited from hype surrounding the January launched Hydrating Camo Concealer, which garnered 8.1 million EMV in Q1. Now, thanks to both influencer reviews, which raved about the product, and increased availability across markets, the concealer improved its total each month of the quarter, demonstrating impressive staying power. Finally, we have Revolution Beauty, which spurred influencer interest by building out its Conceal and Define line of products. The Conceal and Define Concealer ranked as Revolution Beauty's top earning Q1 product with 6.3 million EMV. Meanwhile, its companion product, the Conceal and Define Foundation, also saw success this quarter, pulling in 2.6 million EMV. All right, so there you have an overview of some of the products, brands, and content trends driving EMV for global beauty in Q1. We can go into more detail during our Q&A, but for now, let's turn things over to Kat, who's going to provide a similar walkthrough for Q1 global fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll be diving into some of the major trends that we saw in global data in Q1 2020. And the real question I think that I've been investigating is sort of what trends are really moving the needle across the globe for fashion brands. So we're going to kick things off by talking a little bit about how luxury fashion brands performed this quarter. Now, as you might anticipate, luxury fashion did see a bit of a decline amid shelter-in-place orders in March. So just a data point there, the top 10 luxury fashion brands by EMV experienced an average 23% month-over-month decline from February to March. That said, when you look at the quarter as a whole, several top brands were in fact able to close the quarter with growth, thanks largely to really impactful content surrounding Fashion Week. So Dior, for example, benefited from enthusiasm around a very timely, very relevant show that celebrated the Me Too movement And that inspired widespread coverage from fashion publications, as well as super impactful pre- and post-show outfit posts from fashion it girls like Camila Coelho and Victoria Korotkova. Similarly, Burberry benefited from the star power of several runway participants at its London Fashion Week show. So Gigi Hadid and Kendall Jenner both walked in the show. They posted enthusiastically about the opportunity that also won coverage from publications and inspired very impactful content from influencers. Finally, Jean-Paul Gaultier celebrated the 50th and final runway show of the designer's career with a blowout party at Paris Fashion Week. And there we saw other fashion it girls like Irina Shayk posting these very effusive Instagrams, congratulating the designer and thanking him for the opportunity to join in on the party. And largely thanks to that, the brand actually closed the quarter with a very impressive 169% quarter-over-quarter growth. Then within this sort of broader realm of Fashion Week content, we saw that Milan Fashion Week this year actually generated a particular buzz. So Prada really benefited from celebrity show attendance. Lalisa Manohan of the Korean girl group Blackpink was in the front row at their show, and her attendance was covered by fashion publications. And then the brand also saw some impactful pre- and post-show influencer outfit posts. Fendi also saw a really high EMV total for content tagged #MFW, thanks partly to Gigi Hadid's appearance on the runway, as well as street style posts from prominent influencers like Leonie Han and Veronica Ferraro. And then Versace stoked enthusiasm thanks in part to Kendall Jenner's runway appearance, as always, as well as an abundance of street style posts similar to Fendi. So now moving from luxury fashion into apparel. It's worth noting that given the much broader range of brand types in the apparel vertical, trends here were much more varied. Additionally, apparel brands tended to fare a little bit better than luxury fashion brands amid March's shelter-in-place orders. So while we saw this decline among the top luxury fashion brands, apparel brands actually saw, or the top 10 apparel brands saw a 0% change in EMV from February to March. That's a good segue into our first trend highlight here, which is at-home outfit posts. So with these events and getaways that were previously sort of a staple of both luxury fashion and apparel, we're seeing influencers sharing outfits from their homes, often tagging their content with stay home to promote social distancing. So the tag drove quite a bit of EMV for Fashion Nova. Additionally, the brand actually launched its own Nova and Chill campaign, encouraging influencers to feature really sort of comfy apparel as well as lingerie from Fashion Nova in Instagrams tagged Nova and Chill in an effort to encourage their followers to just take some time to stay safe, chill at home. And then Princess Polly also featured widely in stay-home content. So we saw influencers like Nikki DeMar, who's pictured here, flaunting the brand's signature bodycon mini dresses, which were previously more of a staple of influencers going out and clubbing content just in these flirty Instagrams from their homes. Next, athleisure brands did particularly well this quarter, thanks to collaborations as well as at-home fitness content. So Gymshark, for example, really leveraged the at-home workout trend that's been really blowing up recently. By partnering with trainers like Whitney Simmons, who's a longtime brand fan. She's collaborated with them in the past on at-home workout videos. And then Fabletics and Ivy Park both benefited from really impactful collaborations. So in January, Fabletics launched a collaborative line with singer Kelly Rowland, who they've also worked with in the past. And that really fueled their 41% quarter-over-quarter growth. Similarly, Ivy Park teamed up with Adidas on a blockbuster collaboration. They actually sent full closets of this range to A-list celebrities like Reese Witherspoon, as well as prominent influencers like Jeffree Star, who shared super enthusiastic content, thanked Beyonce for the send. And that fueled their 665 quarter-over-quarter growth. So really no decline there. And then finally, in lingerie, we saw several brands get ahead thanks to limited edition Valentine's Day collections. So Lounge Intimates, for example, launched a limited edition capsule collection just in time for Valentine's Day, which contributed to their 34% growth. And then Savage x Fenty also debuted a limited edition collection in collaboration with designer Adam Selman just in time for Valentine's Day, and enjoyed quite a bit of buzz from influencers around that. So just to wrap things up, I'd like to close with a few takeaways. I know most of our luxury fashion coverage was focused on Fashion Week, and that was really the main EMV driving event for these luxury labels this quarter. Given the current climate, I think luxury brands will need to find new ways to connect with influencers in the stay-at-home economy. It's worth noting that luxury fashion content on the influencer side is not going away. So Leonie Han, who we have mentioned earlier, is continuing to champion her favorite luxury brands in these glamorous posts from her house. We've seen similar trends among other luxury fashion bloggers who are actually participating in the new quarantine but make it glam trend, which I think was talked to a little bit in the COVID webinar earlier, but just encouraging people who are enthusiastic about fashion, enthusiastic about luxury to get glammed up just because. And then apparel brands, as we've seen, are continuing to perform strongly, largely through these social good initiatives like stay home campaigns like Nova and Chill, as well as by empowering partners through collaborations.
Great. So there you have it. You now know everything that happened in global beauty and fashion in Q1 2020. It looks like we don't have any questions and we're just about out of time. So we encourage you, if you have any thoughts or questions or follow-up, to contact us at insights@tribedynamics.com. Shoot us an email. Be sure to check out our continuing reporting coverage at blog@tribedynamics.com, blog.tribedynamics.com, or just shoot us a message anytime you want. And that should just about do it for today. Thank you and enjoy the rest of our webinars.
Thank you so much for joining.